Greetings, everyone. We welcome you to this presentation, primarily from the book Awakened Attitude by Gary L. Stewart. We will be presenting a variety of topics from the book, which we hope you will find inspiring. The book explains aspects of the tradition of mysticism and encourages us to be extensively curious at all times.
So what is mysticism? Mysticism is the pursuit of inner knowledge through a personal experience at a level of consciousness beyond human intellectual thought, as compared with religion, which gives us an indirect experience through scriptures and a priesthood. It is a direct and individual experience, a knowing of the divine or God.
What is esotericism? Ezo, derived from Greek, means inner or within. This philosophy brings one's attention inwards to achieve a direct experience of the place where the divine, or God, lives. Esotericism is the study of such philosophies as Gnosticism, Hermeticism, Rosicrucianism, and Martinism.
What is occultism? Occultism is the study of knowledge, usually hidden or kept secret, and revealed in such practices as alchemy, magic, and Kabbalah. It is the study of the inner nature of things, often accomplished through a direct perceptual awareness. The active strands of knowledge in occultism are alchemy and magic. In magic, one works with the natural forces of nature to achieve a desired condition or result, while the alchemist transforms matter or the psyche according to divine will and purpose. A common thread through these three pathways of knowledge, mysticism, esotericism, and occultism, is the experience of initiation, which enables us to be transformed at a deep inner spiritual level.
Now that we have defined these terms, let's look at some contributions from well-known mystics and others. As above, so below, as within, so without.
I would that everyone could hear the voice as I hear it. It is love alone that gives worth to all things.
I have taken all knowledge to be my province. I think, therefore I am.
The mystic looks upon the fundamental esoteric principles of life, not as commandments from God, demanding that he must do this, that, or the other thing, but as commandments from self to self.
We now present three important excerpts from Gary Stewart's book, Awakened Attitude. The first reading is from the chapter Concepts Regarding Reincarnation. Can you think of anything existing, whether materially, psychically, or spiritually, which does not exist in cycles? Reincarnation is a cycle of life, but what do we think of when we bring up the subject of reincarnation? I am sure each one of you has thought about it in some way, and each one of you has your own particular viewpoint, ranging all the way from outright belief in reincarnation to no belief at all. Often, people are curious about who they were in a previous incarnation, or who they might be in some future incarnation. An interesting point is that many people who identify with previous incarnations usually identify with somebody who is well known or famous. We need to change our outlook on who we were and concentrate on what we have accomplished. We should not measure fame, because that is an attributed aspect of life, but measure one's contribution, because everyone has an important contribution to make to life. By being mystics, we are more than just students of mysticism. We know that the purity, the oneness, and the excellence of the cosmic are inherent within each one of us equally.
The next reading is from the chapter Mission of the Confraternity of the Rose Cross. Why is it important to preserve and perpetuate a tradition? In the same way that the purpose of life, an age-old argument, cannot be defined, this mission cannot be stated. Simply put, there are no words. There is only knowing. To Rosicrucian mystics, it is a truism that for truth to be known, an awakening must manifest. This awakening is a transition from the intellect to the mystical consciousness and its application. Without such transition, truth remains elusive. Before those who are entrusted with the truth can state it, there must be an audience to receive the truth, and, more importantly, to know it. Once we know the truth, we become it, we live it, we are it.
This third reading is from the chapter Awakened Attitude. The Confraternity of the Rose Cross is a school of mysticism. Its aim and purpose is to offer a system of study to people who have felt the urge from within to consciously advance themselves along the path of spiritual evolution. We can readily see that a sincere study of mysticism is not as easy as some seem to think. To truly become a mystic, we must develop and evolve our innate qualities, part of which constitute our personality, and thereby create an attitude conducive to understanding and applying mystical ideals. This ideal can only be understood after our attitude has been awakened through true sincerity, and after we have begun to actively apply our inner commitment and to integrate it into our worldly affairs.
Let us look at some examples of non-physical phenomena. Everything that we perceive with our physical senses is a manifestation in the material, physical, or mundane realm. But there are many other phenomena or manifestations in other realms, such as the mental, the astral, and spiritual realms. Consider the very great amount of material that arises to our conscious psyche from the unconscious. This includes dreams, intuition, distant memories, emotional responses, and so on. Such phenomena don't always come from the material realm, such as our brains. They can come from some other realm, such as the astral, mental, or spiritual. Or let me illustrate one of Gary Stewart's example from his book of a manifestation from the psychic realm. He responds to an invitation to show a psychic ability by stating that he will now illustrate an act of psychokinesis, mind over matter. There, I cause my mind to raise my arm. The body is tangible and the mind is intangible. The mind acts upon the body, in this case through an act of will. I visualized in a mental realm, my mind, my arm raising in the material realm, my body, and it did so. That's mind over matter, or psychokinesis. We do that sort of thing all the time in our daily lives. As mystics, we study a great deal about non-material realms and practice exercises to develop capabilities in that regard for our mystical and spiritual development.
A fundamental concept found both in Western and Eastern philosophy is the notion of reality and actuality. In the Western tradition, these are described as formal and objective reality, while in the Eastern tradition they are described as relative and ultimate reality. For our purposes, we will use the simpler terms reality and actuality. Everything that is real is not necessarily actual. What is real to me may not be real to you, and what is actual may be different still. Reality is what we perceive. Actuality is what truly is. Think of the classic example of blindfolded people feeling an elephant. On touching its leg, one person declares it to be a tree. When feeling the trunk, another thinks that it is a thick rope. A third one, on feeling an ear, says that it is a huge leaf. Their various realities hide the actuality of the elephant. As another example, we believed that the sun revolved around the earth, rising in the morning, setting in the evening. That was our reality for eons. However, astronomy tells us that the actuality is otherwise. The Earth's constant rotation gives us the illusion that the sun goes around our planet. What we dream can be vividly real. We can wake up with our hearts pounding, convinced of the reality of what we were dreaming. Yet, the reality of dreams does not always correspond to actuality. Reality is one's truth. Actuality is the truth.
Mysticism can help us see beyond reality into actuality. Who are we, really?
Thank you for watching this program. We hope that you found it interesting and inspiring. For your further investigation, we want to suggest the following. First, the main source of the material here was the book Awakened Attitude by Gary L. Stewart. It is available on Amazon.com and other online book retailers. Be sure to check the website shown here for the Confraternity of the Rose Cross, and this website for the Order Militia Crucifera Evangelica. Or you may write to this address to request printed information.